It is a great honor to be able to sit with you here in Switzerland and see all of your beautiful faces, so many different colors and places that you come from, so many backgrounds. When I look out, I see my family, the tribe of many colors, and I'm really pleased to be here with you today. It was several months ago that I was at another workshop working in Arizona, in the United States, and I went outside to say my prayers as I do every night, and I was shown something very particular. I was shown a very beautiful city, and the bells were ringing, and in front of me stood this great big building which I thought was a church, and it was lit with lights around it. And I was told to go to Switzerland, that the people needed to hear the message. And I said, okay, I will go. And it wasn't a week later that I received Vietkam's invitation. And I said, yes, I will go, knowing that I had to go to Switzerland. And today, as I was saying my prayers just right outside, the bells started chiming, and I looked up at this building with the lights around it, and I realized I was here. I was seeing it for the second time. So I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. My name is Kiesha Crowther, and I come from a very, very small town in Colorado. And ever since I was a child, I was able to see energy inside of anything that was alive. Many colors vibrate through anything that is alive. And I've been able to speak to animals and hear what they have to say from a very young age. And most people think that would be really cool, but as a little kid I knew that I was very, very different. And so this made my life very hard, not being like everyone else. And I was learning lessons from the other side. A voice would teach me very specifically things that I needed to learn so that one day I would be able to teach these things. But for a long time I just thought I was crazy. I thought I was different, and I didn't understand why I was hearing and being taught from a voice. I didn't understand why I was seeing energy or why I could hear animals. And for a long time I just thought I didn't have a place in this world. But when I turned 30, I received a phone call from the indigenous tribes of North America, and an elder told me they knew that I was being taught by the other side since a very young age. And they told me it was time for me to become the one to be called Little Grandmother and become a shaman and a wisdom teacher, and that there were others just like me. There were 11 others, wisdom keepers, who were just like me, receiving the same messages, and we had a very important role to play on planet Earth. I was not raised to be a public speaker, and so this is very hard for me. I'm still learning. But I did promise to be the best wisdom keeper I could be, and to be the best shaman that I could be. And so although it is scary, I am here to teach you about the lessons I was taught from the other side, from Mother Earth, and from my indigenous elders, the Continental Council of Indigenous Elders. A long time ago on planet Earth, something incredible happened, and the poles shifted. And the people living at that time, a long time ago, were the Atlanteans, the Lemurians, and the Sumerians. They were very real people, not things that you read in story tales or fairy tales. They were very real. They were our ancestors. And when the poles shifted, an ice age began. And they started to go through this ice age, and then when the ice started to melt, the waters came up and started taking over their lands. And when the waters rose, they got into their different ships and went to different places of our planet and started living in different areas of our continents. The Mayan people are Atlanteans. The Aborigine people are Atlanteans. The Hawaiian peoples and the peoples of the Indonesian islands are the Sumerian people. The Wataha people of New Zealand are Lemurians. And so their ancient teachings and their ancient wisdoms are still alive on our planet today. Their ancestors held these truths, and now these truths are being asked to give it back to the people. Their prophecies, these people's prophecies for hundreds of years have been talking about a time on our planet when the poles would shift again, and now it is upon us. For hundreds and hundreds of years, the prophecies from indigenous tribal people have been saying a time would come when Mother Earth would shift and be reborn into her heaven. And at this time, the people living on planet Earth would have to switch from living from a mind consciousness into a heart consciousness if they wish to enlighten during this shift. They spoke of a people who would come to the planet, the strongest of the strong of all souls and all spirits to arrive. And these people would shift the consciousness from mind consciousness into heart consciousness and change the world. And these people would be called the tribe of many colors. And we are the tribe of many colors. It is us that they were talking about. We are the ones we have been waiting for. The pole shift is happening. It is not going to happen. It has already begun. It is no longer a story that the elders are saying will happen. They are saying it is happening. Due north is no longer due north. It is changing all over the planet. And the poles will not stop shifting until it is completely shifted. A universal truth that we must understand is that Mother Earth is sacred to all beings. And we, the human beings living upon her, will not be allowed to kill her. And yet we have come very, very close. We have done things that we do not have answers for. We have done things to planet Earth that none of our science has a way to fix. We are the ones that must change the way we are living. There is no other people to come and save us. There is no Savior to come and save us. It is us that must save us. The ozone layer is disappearing. The planet's temperature has risen in 2 degrees. Although 2 degrees does not affect the human body, it affects wildlife immensely. The temperature of the water tells the fish when to give birth or when not to. And now the fish are not spawning. Some fish spawn year-round now because the jellyfish wait for only 2 days out of the year for the temperatures to be warm. And when the jellyfish know it is this warm, they give birth to thousands of babies. And now the water stays this temperature always. Now the whole seas, the Chinese seas, only have jellyfish. There are no fish left. 2 degrees allow bugs and insects to live in the north where the Arctic animals live. And now these animals have never had insects, and now the insects are there, and they're killing thousands and thousands of all of the caribou, and the polar bears are dying. It's killing many. We are the only living species on Mother Earth that create trash. And there is a mass of trash that is of plastic, larger than the size of Texas, sitting in the Atlantic Ocean. And something more serious is the Gulf of Mexico's oil spill. It is much worse than anyone is speaking about. It only takes 30 days of oil to spill to kill the entire Gulf, and it spilt well over 90 days. The entire Gulf of Mexico is dead. All life is dead in the Gulf of Mexico. Even the oxygen is dead in the water. All of the sea turtles spawn and give birth in the Gulf of Mexico. And they are all dying. The oil moves faster than the whales can swim. 90% of all big fish are gone. It is not just the Gulf of Mexico's problem, but the Gulf Stream flows through the Gulf and comes straight to Europe, and it is full of oil. Underneath where it spilled is a chamber larger than Mount Everest, full of oil and toxic gas that is large enough to split North America in two. Even if the smallest amount of gas leaks out, it will kill life in 20 miles inward of land automatically. And that's just if the smallest amount leaks out. We have done damage that we have no answers for. All of the science in the entire world does not have an answer to fix this. We have all but killed our Mother Earth, and yet she still keeps giving us our every breath, every drink of water we have ever swallowed, every meal we have ever eaten, because she loves us. We must have a relationship with our Mother Earth. She is your mother. It is a universal law that Mother Earth is sacred to all beings. And it is a universal law that Mother Earth will go on, but that humanity will be removed before we kill her. And so now we realize how important the next couple of years are. The poles are already shifting. She will be reborn. But if we wish to go with her, we must start living from the heart. The more loving you are, the more intelligent you become. It is our only chance. This is not a story. This is really happening. This is real. So many of us are going throughout our days not even being aware of what is happening. But this is happening. Instead of living in fear, what the grandfathers are telling us is to start living from the heart, because the more loving you are, the more intelligent you become. If we start being love, we get the answers of how to save our planet, and then we get to stay. If we do not, our children will not have a future. This really is our situation. Right now, we have no answers on how to heal the wounds on Mother Earth. But we can get the answers if we start living from our hearts and not our brains. And it is not another generation of people that were chose to be here on this planet now. You were chose, because it is said that we are the strongest of strong souls ever to be on planet Earth. Each and every one of us were born to a world with man-made rules and man-made religion, and now we must say we want more. There is more. The only way we change ourselves and save ourselves is if we remember who we are. We were taught that God is something disconnected from us. We were taught by religion that we are sinful and bad people, and that we have to deserve heaven. But I am to tell you something today that you should never forget. You are God. Your soul is God. You are not separate from God. Every single one of you have a great I am that is God. Your soul, your great I am, is part of Great Spirit. God is not a man and God is not a woman. God is knowing. God is everything. God is light and love in all creation. God made your soul, and your soul lives in you. You are God. Every single one of us have a great I am, and it was your great I am that decided to send you here. You chose to come. Ask yourselves, why did I choose to come? Your great I am is in charge of you down here. You decided to send a spark of you here to planet Earth. And every experience you have, every interaction with another person or plant or animal is an experience your great I am is handing you. And so there are no mistakes and there is no sin. You are here to learn. Earth life is a school. Everything that you experience every day, whether it looks good or bad, is a learning experience. And you can learn and grow from every experience, whether it looks good or bad, hard or easy. So truly understand who you are. You are God and Goddess. So if I am God and Goddess on my own journey, given to me by my own great I Am for my greatest learning, then you cannot judge another human being, and no one can judge you. You are perfect. All life is about learning and growth. You might not like the choices your neighbor is making, but they are learning the exact lessons they need to learn. And in knowing this, you become free. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you, and we have no right to judge anyone else. We are all on our separate journeys, learning and experiencing and growing. My grandfathers told me one day, it is none of your business what other people think of you. And they were absolutely right. Do you know that your status in your community does not matter? How much money you make does not matter. This is all made by ego. And living from ego is the wrong way to live. Only ego separates you from God, because man-made religion taught us that we are separate from God, and leaders of religion took your power away from you. Religion takes the power away from the individual, separates you from God, takes the power away from your earthly life and even your afterlife. Do not give them your power anymore. No one has the right to tell you whether you are worthy of God or not. You are powerful co-creators of your existence. We are being asked to stop living from the mind and the ego and to start living from the heart once again. The biggest wound on planet Earth for all of humanity is we do not love ourselves. Who are you really? And do you love that person? It is the biggest wound on planet Earth. If you have no one else to reflect on you that you are lovable, likable, or worthy, do you still believe you are lovable and worthy? But our wounds do not make us ugly, they make us strong. And we've all done things that we think are a mistake, but we have to stop looking at it as a mistake and look at it as this was a learning opportunity. And we can let go of self-hatred or self-doubt. And you can remember that you are part of God and beautiful. We must love one another because we really are brothers and sisters. We all share one mother, and we are all born of God. We are living on the greatest time of Mother Earth's history, and we are the strongest of strong of all souls ever to come here. And we have the ability to change the world we live in. And all we are asked to do is be love. And when you live from love, everything changes. With love, you remember who you are. With love, you do not judge anyone else. By being love, you change the world consciousness from mind to heart. Love really is the answer. For thousands of years, the ancient indigenous cultures have talked about a people who would come to the planet, and they will be the ones to change the existence of a way of being on our planet. They would be called the tribe of many colors. And now, all over the world, all indigenous cultures are saying, we are here. We are the ones we have been waiting for, and we can enlighten with Mother Earth. The poles have already begun to change. It is real. It will only take a couple of years and it will be done. And now humanity has a choice. We stay as we are, living from the mind and be removed from this planet, or we remember who we are and live from love and enlighten and go forward with her. It's actually very, very easy to live from the heart. It's the most simple thing we could be asked to do. All of us in different ways can get to that space of feeling love, having our hearts opened. For me, either being in nature or being with a tree or a plant or listening to beautiful music changes my attitude very quickly. Sometimes being with a child or an animal can do this as well. But all of us do this in different ways, so you just choose your way in which you get into the heart the easiest, and then just be in that state for a little while, even 5 minutes a day. What we are being asked to do is change consciousness from the mind, ego state into the heart state. World consciousness is a real thing. It is an energy. All things are made of energy. Our consciousness is also an energy. And right now, the world is operating under mind consciousness. Love energy is 10 times more potent than hate energy. So in all honesty, it only takes 1/3 of the population living from love to change all consciousness. Right now, the strongest consciousness goes to mind. That is why we think everything instead of base our decisions on feeling something. But we should be making our decisions by the heart. But as consciousness as a whole starts to change from mind to heart, we all go together. So if 1/3 of us start living from our hearts and remembering who we are, we really do change our planet. And as heart consciousness grows heavier and heavier and heavier, it takes the place of mind consciousness. This is why the elders are telling us it's not about going and doing anything. We do not have to do anything to change our world. All we are asked is to be love. Simply by being love, sitting in that conscious state of giving the earth your love, you change the world. So we can sit in love consciousness and send it to the waters to heal. We can send it to the animals to heal. We can send it to consciousness for a planet to heal, or send it to people to heal. There are only 2 things on this planet that vibrate at the same exact vibration: planet Earth and the human being. So what we do to the female as people, we do to planet. What we do to Mother Earth, we do to ourselves. We must be tender and loving to the feminine again in order to heal Mother Earth. And we must remember on planet Earth that the star beings, our brothers and sisters from the stars, really do exist. They have been here for a very long time, and yet they are hiding themselves in the one place we will never look, in our disabled. Our mentally disabled are sacred. The one place they hid themselves is the one place they would never look. Our mentally disabled are thrown away, and yet they are more beloved than any other human beings on this planet. They are here simply to hold a very high vibration for humanity. It is a lesson for each of us. How will you treat someone that looks so different from you? Our star brothers and sisters want to come back and help us and assist us. And the only reason they are not stepping forward is because we fear them. They do not come and wish to come and solve all of our problems for us, but they come and wish to come to teach us. They love us very, very much. And they want to walk beside us and to help us. But we must not fear them. They are real. It is not a story. Our governments are starting to tell us that yes, they are real. Many places you can look now on the internet where ex-government officials are coming out and saying, yes, we know they are real. We have interacted with them for some time now. Thousands of them have been seen all over lately in the last 2 weeks. Hundreds were seen over the streets of Manhattan and New York, all over California, shutting down the airports in New York, shutting down airports in China. It will be disclosed to the planet, I believe, in the next year for all of us to know that they are here. When we sit in our heart space, not only should we give our love to planet Earth and to humanity, but give love and respect to our star brothers and sisters and ask them to come and teach us again how to heal ourselves and planet Earth. We live on planet Earth right now in the most amazing time. We will see things happen on the planet that no other human beings have ever seen. Planet Earth will look completely different in a couple of years. And it is my wish that we all be with her. And all we have to do is be love. Love is the answer to everything.